Good morning, everybody. We're just having some small technical glitch. We'll be starting in just a couple of minutes. Good morning, everybody. We're just having a bit of a tech glitch. We'll start in just a couple of minutes. Go grab your water bottle, tea, coffee, whatever you'd like. And we are going to begin in just about a couple of minutes while other moms are joining as well. So we'll be here in 2 minutes. Yeah. Can you hear me? Please say yes if you can hear me. Great. Thank you for confirming. We are going to start in just a couple of minutes. We will be joining live. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Please send a yes. We are just starting in a couple of minutes while other moms are joining as well. We're having a bit of a tech glitch. Just give us a minute. Okay, this seems to be working now. I think our can you guys hear me and see me? Can you just send me a quick yes so that I know you can hear me, you can see me clear, loud and clear. We were having a bit of a glitch. It's been raining here. That's why. Can you send me a yes if you can hear me? Can somebody send me a yes? Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, 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 great. Thank you for confirming that. While we're waiting a few more minutes for other moms to join, and if you would also like, you can go grab your water bottle, coffee, tea, whatever it is. Can you help me understand where are you guys joining from? Um, where are you joining from right now? Where are you guys based, and how old is your little one? Okay. The chat is open for everybody. Um, is anyone having issues? Okay, so then in that case, if somebody cannot access the chat, can you actually go on the Q&A section? I think a couple of you are saying you're not able to respond on chat and everything. Um, can you go on the Q&A section while the tech team gets it checked as to why the thing is not working? Yeah. Uh, okay, some lot of you are from Bombay. Okay, okay, Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore. Okay, 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 makes sense. Okay, thank you so much. And how old is your baby? Like, what's the age of your little one? Just so that I am able to structure this conversation around that age as well. 4 months, 7 months, 6 months. Okay, okay, okay. 18 months. Okay, so we have some slightly older babies as well, which is good. The Hi, can you hear me now? We were having a bit of tech glitch because it's been raining incessantly here in Goa. And I'm sorry about that. So I was just saying that somebody mentioned that your little one is 9 months old. Can you help me understand that what's the age of your I mean, what's the weight of your baby, and also how many naps is your baby on currently? Okay, so they are this. Okay, three naps. Okay, okay, got it. And weight is about 8 kgs. Okay, fair enough. 8 kgs, 7.5, 6. Okay, 10. Oh, wonderful. Two naps. Okay, okay. Perfect. 7.5 kgs, two naps, 9 months. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so mostly speaking, we're in the range of 2 to 3 naps. The baby's weight is between. Now, look, all these factors are extremely important for us to know when we are trying to uh, fix it from a holistic perspective, from the science perspective, and not necessarily just trying to, follow tips and stuff. So great. Welcome to the three-step method to help your babies go from waking every 30 minutes to sleeping through the night within 2 to 3 weeks. That's 14 to 21 days, and gently without following the cry it out method. Why within 14 to 21 days? Because each baby is different, right? And depending on the age and stage and the temperament they are in, we are working with babies and not robots. So it may take us between 14 to 21 days. It's not fixated on, so it will resolve itself within 14 days. Now, there are certain babies who do very well. People who had joined us a couple of weeks ago, they are already sleeping through the night within like 2 nights, 3 nights, so on and so forth. So it really depends on your baby's age, your baby's temperament, and overall if they are going through a regression, so on and so forth. Today, what we are going to do is we will also give you immediate steps that you can implement for longer stretches of sleep. And all of this has been designed after helping over 1,250 moms globally. in my last 5 years of experience as a baby sleep coach. Uh, for everybody who stays here till the end, and that is a minimum of 90 minutes, because we are looking for you to invest your time in fixing it holistically and not some sleep tip method. There are going to be exclusive bonuses, which we are going to reveal as well, around guides and materials for your baby's overall growth and development. We will also give you an option to book for free one-on-one calls with our senior sleep coaches, which are generally charged. And there's going to be a super special announcement at the end, of course. We are also the last sleep challenge that we did between 27th October, and now it's already in the last phase of 10th of November this week, right? A lot of babies already sleeping through the night, like I mentioned. But on similar lines, we are also going to be launching another sleep challenge, and we'll give you details of that as well. So today we are going to talk to you about the baby sleep reset, on how you can have a complete system instead of random tips and tricks to have calm nights and happy mornings. Just like it did for Saundarya, who is, by the way, a head of HR at one of the big four firms. She was struggling with her 18-month-old baby's sleep in the hope that it will get better, because the friends and family, they kept saying like, it's just sleep, it's a part of motherhood, what's so bad about it, and so on and so forth. Eventually, after working with us for 3 weeks, her baby was sleeping through the night. So imagine all that pain that she went through for nothing. It could have been easily fixed within 3 to 4 weeks. Right? Take it from a mom to an 18-month-old who waited too long to sleep train. You don't have to live through the sleeplessness. Get help soon and it will get better. Yes, it does get better much more sooner than that. Or from Neha, who's strategy manager at a media house, she also mentioned that I am also happier, Meenakshi. This works like wonder. Earlier, I used to respond within 20 to 30 minutes to make her sleep, and she would wake up within 25 minutes. And now she's sleeping for much longer, right? So, all of that, multiple people who have benefited from helping their babies sleep, and how it has impacted their lives overall as well. So, therefore, my only request to you is going to be to kindly silence your notifications. Give yourself these 90 minutes, because if you do stay till the end, you are, like I mentioned, going to get certain bonuses, which are going to be like, you're not going to get it anywhere else. This is only exclusive to this particular masterclass. And my promise to you is that I will make this worth your time. This is what my one-on-one clients pay for, right? They can come and book call with me for their one-on-one for fixing their baby sleep. So my request from you is to actually give yourself these undivided attention during this next 90 minutes. And I promise that you are going to be learning a lot. Will walk away with immediate strategies that you can implement, and it is going to be super beneficial for your little one's overall growth and development. I do see a lot of questions coming in. I will not be able to answer them immediately, but I'm happy for you to keep sending those questions so that we can answer as and when that time comes. Yeah. So with that, let's move forward. Like I was saying, people pay me upwards of 50,000 to work with me for one-on-one sessions. Request you to attend as if you've invested this amount, because once you do, you will be discovering my simple step-by-step method that helps your baby sleep through the night, and it supports your baby's brain growth and emotions. I mean, that's why the entire fuss about sleeping through the night, right? Because your baby's brain grows the maximum in the first 5 years, and if you are not supporting it with the right amount of sleep, you're missing out on the maximum brain development that happens in these 5 years. That is what the research and all the scientific research, all the pediatricians, all of us who are on international boards of child sleep education and so on and so forth, we have over number of years found out a direct link between sleep and your baby's overall growth and development. And we would also be teaching you how to transform your baby's sleep and growth in less than 2 weeks without the cry it out method. That is always a concern, that are you going to be using the cry it out method? No, I mean, if that is your concern, straight away busted that this is not a cry it out method. And if that is something that you're looking for, then probably this is not for you. And all the development sleep science resources and guided support is something that you're going to be getting as well, or discovering in the next 90 minutes, right? So my promise as a part of all this is going to be to show you the exact step-by-step method, like I mentioned, to help your baby sleep through the night, wake up happy, grow better every single day, and in the hope that it's exciting enough for you to invest in a proven method that supports your baby's sleep and brain growth, as well as get you your old life back. How many of us are like, you know what, can I just get my old life back? I love my baby and all of that, but I'm missing out on myself. I'm missing out on what Meenakshi used to be, or what Priyanka used to be over here, right? Or what Jesse used to be, so on and so forth. So let us actually get our old life back, so that we have filled our emotional cup, in which through which we can then fill somebody else's. You can never fill from an empty cup, as is a normal saying, right? And if that is you, I have a special opportunity for moms who want to give their babies the best start, because these early years, like I mentioned, which is before the age of 5, are crucial, since almost 80% of your baby's brain growth happens right now, and at least 50 to 60% of that is aided with proper sleep. Why? And the other 50% comes from nutrition. The thing with nutrition is that the body does not absorb nutrition if your baby has not slept enough as well, right? So take sleep as 75% responsible for your baby's growth, and make an effort to resolve your baby's sleep issues, because these are the foundational years which are going to lay the foundation for the rest of your little one's life, right? Because I was in the same situation as you. As you can see it, I was also once an exhausted and overwhelmed mother who was in the middle of the night Googling 100 of sleep hacks, how to get my baby to sleep. Obviously, it did not work. How many of you here have actually went ahead and Googled on how to get my baby to sleep? How to get my baby to sleep through the night? Why is my baby waking up in 20 minutes? How many of you have done that? Say a yes if you've been there. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, my chat box is exploding with the number of yeses. So we've all been there. We've all been guilty of doing that. And so did I, until I discovered sleep science, right? Till now, I was functioning with hearsay, what others are telling me, what Google is telling me, what maybe in this world Chat GPT tells me. But I discovered sleep science, and I got my own baby to sleep through the night gently. It worked with a plan when I knew exactly how science is functioning inside of the body, and when I created a plan to respond to it accordingly, right? And then I am also a certified pediatric sleep and parenting coach. So this is not just tips and tricks coming from somebody, but this is coming from somebody who's certified to tell you this. I have since then helped over 1,250 moms reclaim sleep and happy motherhood. I have also authored several articles, health articles on babies' health, on babies' sleep issues, on babies' overall pediatric development in various publications, including Times of India, including Republic, including Daily Hunt, so on and so forth. So today, like I mentioned, what you are going to discover as a result of all my years of experience invested in baby sleep and pediatric growth, a simple step-by-step method which is not complicated, which all you have to do is just respond with science that helps your baby sleep through the night, and it supports your baby's brain growth and emotions. All of this less than 2 weeks, without cry it out, and every developmental sleep science resources and guided support out there. All right, so this is what you're going to get. However, I want to make it very clear that this is not for everyone, and not everyone can help their baby sleep through the night in next 2 weeks. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is that if you're not willing to follow a holistic plan and staying consistent, this is not for you. Or if you're looking for like quick tips, okay, just tell me how do I get my baby to sleep longer now, this, that, this is definitely not for you, because that is not a lasting solution. We are just addressing the problems at the surface level and not really identifying and getting to the root cause of it. And you're not open to learning science backed step by step method. Like just because somebody said that feed your baby longer and it is going to help them sleep better, or when they start walking they are going to start magically start sleeping better, or once you start solids they are going to sleep better. How many of you have heard all of this? Right? Yes, yes. Send me a yes if you've heard all of this and you've actually followed all of those random advices coming your way and have not seen any benefit out of it. Yes, 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 yes. I agree, Priyanka, that all of this. So, if you fall in one of these brackets, what I would say is this is not for you. And I do not want to be like, sugarcoating this, that, you know what, this is going to be very straightforward. Just do this one simple trick and it is going to help. It does not. We are working with science, we are working with your baby's body, and it is not going to be a tip that is going to like get you to that point. Nothing works on quick tips. Quick tips are a scam. Just like, invest so much money and make 20 times out of it. How many of us have been scammed with those probably money making schemes as well? Nothing. Health, money, anything, nothing works quick tips. You need to invest in it, and for it to be addressed at root cause level, and that is when you get the results. Right? So if you were one of these, my request would be, this is not for you, this session's not for you, kindly drop off right away. And maybe pray and hope that things are going to get better, better for your little one. Because if you have you have invested, or you want to really look at a holistic solution to fix your baby's sleep, I want to tell you some very, very basic things, right? And before we get to that, let's understand, because you've probably come here after googling the heck out of it, and probably you have tried hundreds of thousands of things, right? It was, but even then, at 2 a.m. in the night, when you've rocked, fed, walked around in circle, your baby is still awake. Is that true or not? Yes. And because your baby is still awake, you're wondering, what is it that I'm doing wrong? I'm doing everything everybody asks me to tell me, but what am I doing wrong essentially? The answer is, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just not doing the right thing, the right plan. You do not follow the right plan that meets your baby's requirements, right? So, like I said, till now you've probably tried rocking and feeding until your body has given up, but even then, that has not helped your baby to sleep for longer stretches. Your nights are still broken into 5 to 6 wakings every single night. You're spending online hours trying every sleep hack out there, be it Google, be it Instagram, be it anything else, Facebook mom groups, WhatsApp mom groups, and whatnot, right? And you're taking advice from family, well meaning family. However, that advice is dated, it does not work anymore, and that is making you more guilty and confused about the entire situation. Because even after doing all of this, like I said, your baby is not sleeping, and neither are you. Correct? You've tried all of this. How many of these things have you all tried? Send me, like, what is your biggest concern that you tried and tried and tried and it hasn't worked right now? I want to hear, and I want to address your specific concerns. So make it very, very two-way communication, and tell me. Okay, okay, rocking. The minute I put my baby down after feeding, my baby wakes up. Yes, yes. You wouldn't believe it, Mithila, but this is exactly where I was at, and I was able to resolve it within 2 to 3 weeks. So, because you've already tried all of this and nothing is working, let me tell you, like I said, I was exactly where you are right now. But your baby's sleep is not dependent on luck. It can be taught. It is a learnable rhythm, and I am going to show you what truly makes it work, right? It's just like maths, your ability to identify colors, your ability to say your ABCs. You can also teach these things because it's a developmental thing which you can teach through consistency, through specific cues, through answering those neural associations and stuff. Now, before we get to that point, let's first bust the top three myths that are keeping moms stuck and you stuck. You as a working parent, because I see a lot of moms and dads out here who are asking me a lot of questions, and rightly so. What is keeping you stuck in this endless loop of sleeplessness? What is it? What do you think? That you've heard it many times that they will sleep when they are ready, but they are not. But when are they ready? Do you have an answer to that question, that when would they be ready for sleeping? I mean, if you ask me, after the first 2 3 months, when their initial day night confusion has settled and everything, that is when they are developmentally ready for them to sleep through the night independently, right? They would still need one feed or two depending on their weight and things. But what is the definition of they'll sleep when they are ready? They are never going to be ready, because you are just building those habits for a longer period of time, and which is why it is stopping you from changing anything and doing anything about it. You don't have that answer, and which is why you're not ready to do anything about it. The second myth that I keep hearing is it's just a phase. It's just a phase. Like, how much more guilty can you get to not understand that it was just a phase, and I am expecting my baby to do something different? It is just a phase, but this phase is their growth phase. And if you are not giving them the right aids which can help aid their growth, their overall development, then you're not making good use of this phase. So that phase I would agree with, but not the sleeplessness is a phase, because this sleeplessness habits, they keep building on top of each other, and then they become a super strong habit to break, and they have lost out on all the growth and all the brain development. And the worst of all, the worst myth that I keep hearing is, why don't you just let them cry? Just drop the baby, let him cry or she cry, let her cry, and she'll sleep or he'll sleep by himself or herself. But hello, who can do that? And why would you just leave your baby to cry for without having a plan? Like, nobody can do that. And that is the reason why it comes back stronger as a habit. What happens is that you are then putting them in a distress because there's no plan, right? B, you are rewarding that cry for the baby. You know what I mean? So it's like, say your baby's grown up a little bit and they're crying for a chocolate, and they cry, 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 and eventually you hand them over that chocolate. So what is the message that you're sending to the child? That all you needed to do was cry till you get what you want. So you've rewarded that behavior. And by unnecessarily making them cry without a plan for making them sleep, because you're so desperate, because you're so sleep deprived, you are in a way rewarding that crying behavior, because now your baby has brain has internalized that they just have to cry till they get an attention from you, and then you will do whatever it takes, and then the loop continues, right? So these are your top 3 reasons why you've not been able to do anything about fixing your baby's sleep. Is that correct? Or how many, or which one do you relate with the most? I want to hear from you. Okay. It's just a phase. It's just a phase. Okay. When they are ready, I was told they will. Exactly my point. I was also told that my baby will sleep once they start walking, and I had no answer to like why. Even my pediatrician told me something similar, unless I met a developmental pediatrician who knew about sleep science, who's the one who guided me towards a sleep coach, and then rest as there is history. Okay. Okay, so now that we know that these are your plain myth, your baby will never be ready, or it's not a phase, or you do not have to let them cry it out. Let's understand that you've done everything which was available to you on Google. You've tried to implement every sleep hack which was out there, right? Because I saw a lot of Google tips in my comment box, in my chat box. But then, if you've tried everything out there, then why do you think your all these sleep hacks have failed? Because it provides only a temporary relief, and it is not addressing the root cause of the problem, right? It's like there's a leakage issue in your house, right? And now what's happening is that instead of trying to fix the leakage issue, you're just painting things on top to make the wall look prettier. But it is going to seep through again through that painting, the fresh painting. You can do hundreds of coatings of painting, but it is not going to stop looking ugly or showing that leakage outside, because you've not fixed the main leakage issue, which was somewhere to do with the plumbing issue and so on and so forth, right? So similarly with your baby's sleep, you're just trying to, okay, my baby woke up in 30 minutes or keep waking up in 30 minutes, what am I supposed to do? I have to just rock the baby back and put the baby back to sleep, because you do not know. You're just addressing at that point in time, what is it? Okay, let me feed. Maybe the baby was hungry. I'll feed the baby. Because baby slept back in like a couple of minutes, you're like, okay, this works. And then again in 30 minutes, and then that cycle continues. Right? So we are not addressing the root cause, which is why your sleep hacks on Google have failed. Secondly, Google tips, they do not understand your baby. They are generic stuff. Your baby, and you will hear me saying this very often, is not a robot. Or you do not have a robotic life, right? There is a real life that is happening. There is a typical physical, biological requirement of your child, and Google does not understand that. It is giving you generic advice, which you cannot go back to and question either, which is why it is not working for your baby, because it is not made for your baby or for your family. Correct? Agree with that? Yes. Yes, I see a lot of smileys coming in the chat box, which means that it is hitting the spot right there. And you may not like, it could be a bit I would say you may not like to hear this, but honestly wake windows are overrated. All these, give me a wake window for 7 month old baby, give me a wake window for 3 month old baby, give me window was, excuse me, again, that wake window for your 7 month old, I see a couple of 7.5 month olds who have texted on my chat box that 7.5 month old. For you, Mithila, a seven who your baby is 7.5 months as well. The wake windows are going to be different from another one, Annie, who's here, whose baby is also approximately 7 months old. Your wake windows are going to be different for your baby, because these are different personality. Think about it. You both have different bodies, right? And now you eat the same food. Your goal is to lose 5 kgs of weight. Okay, just a random goal to lose 5 kgs of weight. You both eat same food, you work out the same, you probably take the same nutrients, you do everything same. However, at the end of the first month, chances are, not chances, I am 100% sure that you wouldn't have lost the same amount of weight. Why? Because your bodies are different. Your bodies need a different mechanism from another body, and that is why, just a generic wake window concept doesn't help and is not working for your baby. Or just feed the baby, maybe the baby is hungry, maybe the baby is hungry, or we hear it from family all the time, or adults especially all the time. Bhook lagi hogi, they've just passed urine, they've just passed stool, they must be hungry again, they must be hungry again. And you keep feeding, keep feeding, keep feeding the baby. You're building a wrong association. B, overfeeding is making them more uncomfortable. It's like, if you overeat, how uncomfortable do you feel? And then you're just in a very small baby's digestive system, or the stomach is the size of, depending on their age, of a lemon, I would say, right? How much can you fill in there? And if you keep feeling and overfeeling, which is why there are so many cases of refluxes, acidity, gastric trouble, so on and so forth, right? So you are actually making them more uncomfortable, and which is why your whole keep feeding the baby a hack is not working either. Have you been in this overfeeding zone? How many of you have tried to keep feeding because you feel that your baby is hungry and that is why they were not sleeping? And in fact, nothing has worked. How many of you have been there and, are just struggling with it? Okay. Yeah, Shweta, I totally get that, when you're staying in a joint family setup, it does become a little difficult. Right. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, Shweta, we'll talk about it in detail a bit. Understood. Okay, so a lot of you have been there, you who have been stuck with whole overfeeding business, and and the problem is that you've heard maybe a lot of things, you've done a lot of things, you've heard from a lot of people, and tried implementing all the advice which has not worked, but unfortunately you've not been able to do anything meaningful, and that is why nothing has changed. You've not done anything. Don't hate me for saying that. You've not done anything to fix your baby's sleep till now, and which is why your baby keeps waking up multiple times at night. Right. So instead of doing all of this, I agree, Priyanka, Jesse, they milk and not enough milk. And, everyone around us, knowingly or unknowingly, the baby becomes the center of attention. Correct. So till the first 9 months, you were taken care of. You were the center of attention. Okay, you should be taking your food well. You should be sleeping well. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. And suddenly the baby comes in picture. The mother obviously takes a back seat. And that hurts because this is when you need more attention, more care, more hand holding, more support, instead of being guilt tripped, like Jesse was mentioning. Probably you don't produce enough, and which is why your baby's crying. We've all been there, right? And I have to tell this to you, none of this is true. So first thing is, get out of guilt tripping yourself. This can be fixed, this will be fixed within 2 weeks. All you have to do is follow step by step instructions and plan and address your baby's underlying sleep issues, because like I said, sleep is a learnable skill, and I'm going to show you what is it that truly makes sleep work, because everything that you heard of till date turns out was a myth. It is not going to work, and that is why your baby's sleep is not fixed as yet. So what is it that truly works? And what is it that has truly worked for these people who say that I don't want to nazar lagaw it, but touch wood, it's going great? Or I'm surprised the baby woke up within like 50 minutes of falling asleep for nap one. But because I said just let the baby be, he will fall back asleep. He did fall back asleep as well. So naps are also getting longer instead of just 30-40 minutes. Or Hema, who says that this was the best decision that she made for her baby, because it definitely helps for my baby's overall growth and development, right? Her little one was a little low on weight, and then because she fixed the sleep, they were able to get on track in weight issues and overall growth issues as well. So does it make sense? Send me a yes if it makes sense of everything that we've spoken till now. It does. Okay. 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 Great. So because it does, let's discuss the next point over here. It does. It does. Agree. Yes. 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 Okay. Great. Great. Thank you, everybody, for being so participative. And if not this, then what is a bigger indication that you are all in to get your baby's growth and brain development back in your hand? So thank you so much. Because all of this does not work, let's first understand. You remember I said that till now we've been addressing the wrong issues altogether. But let's first understand, if that was all wrong, then what is right? So let's first understand what are the three key pillars which are responsible for your baby sleep. Now, these are not emotional pillars, these are actual scientific pillars, the whole brain, neuroscience, and all of that working behind the scene, which you cannot see, but this is what is responsible for making your baby sleep, or not sleep rather. So the first pillar essentially is the circadian rhythm. How many over here understand the concept of circadian rhythm, by the way? Who understands the concept of circadian rhythm here? Okay. No, no, I've never heard about it. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. So circadian rhythm essentially is your body clock. Okay. What it does is it gives you the right time, or not gives you, it is the right time for your body to do certain things, right? So if you eat at a certain time, it gets digested very well. And eat, not just eat anything, certain things should be eaten on an empty stomach, certain things should be eaten post meal. There's a time for you to sleep, because that is when the entire sleep hormones are highest, the melatonin production is highest, cortisol production is lowest. So it regulates all of these activities to ensure that everything that you do is for the best absorption of nutrients for your body. So that is what your circadian rhythm is. It's the body clock of what is the right time to do certain things. And that's one of the factors for your baby's sleep as well. Now, the circadian rhythm in babies, it starts getting regulated after the third, fourth month mark. Now, again, it is not like a button that goes on at the third month or fourth month mark. You must have read a lot about sleep regression at 4 months and so on and so forth, right? One of the factors is this, that the circadian rhythm starts getting regulated at that age, which is why now is the best time for us to get in that zone and helping our babies get to the right habits of longer stretches of sleep, because that is what their bodies need, right? So the basic underlying concept is you need to understand your baby's circadian rhythm, so you know that what is the best time for your baby to wake up, what is the best time for your baby to go to sleep, and that is going to ensure that it is easy for your baby to fall asleep at certain time, and it is also easy for them to remain asleep. So that is our pillar number one. The second pillar is based on the concepts of circadian rhythm, or how this whole thing works. So say circadian rhythm is one big whiteboard in which all of these concepts have to be fixed. Then comes sleep pressure. Sleep pressure is the adenosine buildup, which builds up the melatonin for you to sleep for a certain period of time. Right now, what happens essentially is, and we as parents, we do err a lot on this, because we believe that if we overtire the baby is going to fall asleep faster, or is going to sleep better, and so on and so forth. But we couldn't be more wrong, because if there is an inadequate sleep pressure and your baby is overtired, chances are they are not going to sleep better. In fact, because the cortisol is your stress hormone, the same hormone that is responsible for anxiety and depression, that production kicks in baby's body. And because of that whole confusion going on and things, it is not only difficult for them to fall asleep, it is also difficult for them to remain asleep. So you would see that you can see your baby is sleepy and has not slept, but they are just flipping and crying and crying and crying at bedtime. The reason is the inadequate sleep pressure buildup, which is what is responsible. So we have to have, as per the circadian rhythm, the right sleep pressure for each nap and bedtime for them to be able to sleep. Okay, so that is going to be our pillar number two. The third pillar then is the neural associations and conditioning. Now, to put it very simply, it is your baby's brain trying to understand, how do I sleep? Okay, or how am I supposed to sleep? It's like, as a grown up, if I have to give you an example and to make you understand it even better, we always sleep better when we have that favorite maybe pillow of ours, or the bed sheet, or the sheet, the cover of ours and things on our bed and things like that. And versus when you're traveling somewhere and you don't have those specific things, because your brain is too conditioned to believe that this is your comfort point, and that is how you will sleep. So brain gets comforted, and then that is how you're able to sleep better also. Even if you are getting the same brand, same pillow elsewhere, probably you will not be able to, because you need that same pillow. It is how your brain responds. And the same thing's happening for your child as well, right? They start associating certain things for comfort to go to sleep. Now, again, another example. Say you're sleeping on a bed, right? And in the middle of the night, nobody sleeps at a stretch, right? We all sleep in sleep cycles. In case of babies, the sleep cycles are smaller, which is where all this confusion about wake windows and all of that comes in. And when you're bridging your sleep cycle, you slept on your bed and you find out that, oh my God, suddenly I've woken up and I'm not on my bed, I'm in my washroom. Are you going to be okay with that? You'll just turn over and you'll continue to sleep. You will not, right? Because your brain knows that this is not where you slept or how you slept. You will go back to your bed, and then that is where you will sleep. That's the same thing happening with your child. You've made them sleep with feeding, with rocking, and then when they are bridging their sleep cycles, they realize that, oh no, this is not how happening, and then they cry to get that association back as well. This is also the reason why so many of you, I see questions that the minute I put my baby down, they wake up. This is the reason that your baby's brain is associating sleep with only that factor, and that factor has to be gently changed to something which is more independent in a step by step manner, which takes care of the circadian rhythm of the sleep pressure as well, to help them sleep for longer duration. Clear? So, your goal is to understand and work with these brain systems and not against them by overfeeding, by doing things, by rocking, and by doing all of that. You just have to understand that even though everything seems mechanized with the brain, your baby is not a robot. Your baby is an individual person who has a separate biology, and what works for one baby may not work for your baby, and it is a good thing that they have an independent separate personality. So you have to be your baby's expert, because if you're not, then you already know that because of lack of sleep, it is impacting their physical growth and may delay milestones such as standing, walking, etc. Enough and more research have been done on it. It also impacts brain development. Neuroscience is the leading publication on brain and neurology related fields, and they have clearly said that infant sleep loss is linked to brain development problems. So we do not want them to lose out on these meaty years when the brain development happens in the most fast manner. You do not want to do that. It is also linked, the lack of sleeplessness, to behavioral issues. So they may increase tantrums, super clingy. You start seeing these small things right away, right? Your baby is not willing to go to somebody else. The minute they say you see you around, they're just crying and crying and crying, or they're just too scared of a new person, or they just don't want to do any new activity, so on and so, or crying at everything. These are all behavioral issues as well. Of course, a little bit of things are okay, because that is also a part of growth and development. But when it becomes excessive, one of the reasons could be that your child is not sleeping well. And you already see that. Like, how is your mood right now? What if I have to ask you, how's your mood today, Shivalini or Sheshma or Priyanka or Jessie? How is your mood today with the lack of sleep? Chances are you are going to be like, you know what, I am too irritated to even talk to anybody. So how are we expecting a little baby to be in that zone? Right? And not just that, there are also higher risk of speech delays, again, all linked to growth and development. And this is all done by NIH, which is the American Health and Wellbeing Organization, that it is associated with behavioral issues, poorer language development, lower cognitive performance. It impacts their eating habits. So all the picky eating, I don't want to try a new food, I just don't want to eat anything other than maybe a fruit puree because it's sweet, and it is then again aiding in cortisol production extraction. All of this is scientifically linked, and which is why it is important to fix it at the root cause level, because sleep supports your brain and overall physical development for your little one. Makes sense? So, like I said, our goal is going to be to work with these systems, because your baby is not a robot, and then we have to become our baby sleep expert. Okay, so since you've been here with me for the last 30, 40 minutes, 45 minutes approximately, do you have any questions? And does it make sense? Most importantly, I want to ask that. Does it make sense? And I'm just going to have a look at some of the questions that have come in. It does. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, so again, I do see some questions around wake windows and things, and I think I have already answered that question around wake windows, right? While there can be generic scheduling and stuff, but do not purely rely on wake windows. You know, we never knew. The only thing I would give a benefit to, or, not the only thing, one of the things, one of the key things I would say our parents had happier parenting was they did not have access to all this jazz available outside. So there are always two coins to it. Do not focus too much on wake windows. What it should be, I don't know, because even if I give you some wake window right now, chances are it may not work for you, right? So every baby is different. We have to look at it holistically and then arrive at actually fixing your baby's sleep. Since we've broken a lot of myths, we've understood the science behind how, your baby's sleep works. We've understood everything around, smaller things that you need to fix, and so on and so forth. Let us get to the real deal of the exact step-by-step method, which is going to now help your baby to sleep through the night. How many of you are in? Do we need like a quick couple of minutes for grabbing tea, coffee, or are we good to go? If I get more yeses for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. If we need 2 minutes, tell me, and we'll stop, because now I would also want you to grab a pen and paper and write these things down if you haven't already, so that we're able to actually start linking things together. So if you do not have a pen and paper, go grab it quickly. Okay, somebody, okay, so just a couple of minutes, right? Okay, so it is 11:52, 11:54 sharp. We will be here again with a pen and paper, with your tea, coffee. We'll learn the rest of it, and then we are sorted, right? So quickly go grab that pen and paper. I'll see you at 11:54. Great. I hope we have the pen and paper and the coffee and everything back, water bottle and all of that, because it is 11:54 and I know how difficult it is for us to get on time. So let's study now the exact step-by-step method of helping your baby sleep through the night. Who's excited for it? Yeah, yes, and we quickly start. Yes, yes, yes. I want some more yeses. This is very, or maybe people are not back yet. I want quick yeses. Yes, yes. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for your confirmation and for giving me that, uh, you know, little bit of kick that everybody's back. Let's quickly start on what is the three step, right? You can still see my screen, I'm hoping, and these are your only three steps that you need to help your baby to sleep through the night. And these are going to be a little bit more detailed and stuff. So if you have any questions, I am going to be taking those questions a little later, but you can keep sending those questions, right? So it doesn't miss my sort of response later. All right. Now, what are the three steps? Now, the first and foremost step that we are going to be talking about, and that is true of anything that you do in life, especially when it comes to parenting, is having that mindset shift, because you've been conditioned to believe as a mother, as a new parent, a lot of things. Until you do not uh, have that conditioning or reconditioning done, this is not going to work. Okay, so what is mindset shift? It is essentially to first believe that what is the truth and what is it that you can do. I believe that till now I have been able to break a lot of those myths which you were carrying, because that is what a lot of you have detected already on this, right? So what is probably happening right now is for you that you are feeling like nothing is working even after trying everything. Correct? You've tried everything that is available on internet, on everything else, but still nothing is working, and which is why you're doubting yourself and feeling guilty for not getting it right, because you're still not doing the right thing. And worst of all, and we've all been guilty, I have been guilty, I would be honest about it, and I want you to be honest about it as well, that we start comparing your baby sleep to others and yours feeling behind, like you're feeling like you've been left behind, that oh my god, this one's baby is sleeping so much. Look, the main point is you don't know how they are sleeping actually when you get to their home. Maybe they came to your house and they slept, because but the entire night the baby has not slept through, so you cannot compare your baby's sleep to others, or they are actually following certain plan which you're not aware of, right? And because of all of this, you're feeling stuck and unsure. What else can I try? I've tried to feed, I've tried to rock, I've tried to hold, I've tried to put the baby down, drowsy but awake, the worst thing in the world. Because the moment you put them down, they wake up, and now you are drained, and you're longing for a peaceful return, which routine which can give you your old life back. We love our babies, all of us, like you can rip your heart open for your little one, but how many of you are honest enough to admit that, you know what, Meenakshi, I miss my old self, I want my old life back? How many of you over here are willing to admit that? Let's see. Yes, I see a few hands going up. Thank you for trusting me with that. And thank you for being honest. I do see a few of you saying yes, right? You do miss your old life back, because look, motherhood is one aspect of your life, it's not your entire being. And that is going to be the secret of you having a happy, thriving motherhood journey, when you do not lose yourself in the process. Because if you do, then unfortunately, right now you are going through that guilt, and you are going to thopo, or push that guilt on your child, that because of you I was not able to do this, because of you I did not do this. And that is where you have sown the seed of not having a happy, thriving parenting experience. I have learned it, and I want you to take it away as one of my key takeaways from this session, because um this time never comes back. The days are long, but the years are very, very short, and you wouldn't even realize how soon your baby turns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My baby, it seems like just yesterday I was struggling with my child's sleep, and she's 7.5 years now. Right? So the days are long and the years are short, and invest in yourself, invest in your child's health and well-being, so that you are available as a happy parent. Right? So now we understand, we've been there. Okay, all of this is happening. So what am I supposed to do? That's the next question. Am I correct? Yes. The correct answer to this is, first thing, real understand that you are not doing anything wrong. You just need a plan. You cannot know everything, right? You're not a doctor, but why is it that a doctor, going to a doctor for fever is all right, but not going to a sleep expert for fixing your baby's sleep is not considered all right? And you know what the answer to this is? The conditioning. Few years down the line, it would be considered normal because there'll be lot more people doing it, the herd mentality thing. But you can be that person today to say that, you know what, I was the kind of flag bearer because I knew that my baby's sleep need to be fixed. I went to somebody, I resolved it out. So you just need a plan. Stop being guilt tripped. Stop being in that zone that you are doing something wrong, and then you will constantly be stuck in that rut. Because I want you to now start replacing your guilt with calm confidence through simple wins. Do small things like, okay, now that I understand this is a function of way of your circadian rhythm, sleep pressure, and having positive neural associations, I will try to just jot down when is it that it is easier for me to for my baby to wake up or for my baby to fall asleep. And then accordingly, I will start making these smaller changes. Don't aim for doing everything in one go. You will never really be happy with the result. Or understanding that baby sleep is learnable. I think I've said this enough time. You have to know that your baby is different, but even then they can learn to fall asleep because it is not dependent on luck. You need to do something about it. Do not You cannot expect things to change without doing anything about it. And then you have to start learning your baby's individual cues instead of chasing random hacks. I think I've already covered this point. Because finally feeling calm when you are knowing that, okay, if my baby is crying at 2 a.m. in the night, I should know if it is a feed related waking or if it is a random habit related waking. And then what is it that my response should be if it is a feed related waking versus a habit related waking. When you have that plan, you would obviously be feeling more calm, more in control, because you'll know exactly what is needed to be done. So first and foremost, get to that plan that, okay, yes, this can be fixed. These are 5 things that I need to do to fix it, and then do something about it is going to be your first step. Without you being in that zone, none of these can be fixed. Mothers can move mountains, but they have to move it for it to really show result, right? We cannot just be sitting and feeling guilty and victimizing ourselves. Unfortunately, we will have to do something about it, but fortunately you have help available. You can go ahead and actually do things, and within 2 to 3 weeks you are sorted for life. Then once you've decided, okay, yes, this can be solved, this is how I have to, this is the plan and all of that, you have to then address, because sleep science ka bhi kuch karna padega, right? We have to address the sleep science. So we then have to address the 3 pillars of your baby sleep as per those the factors that we understood. The most important takeaway for you from me here is that start assessing and not guessing. Okay, make a note, understand, okay, this happens, then this happens, then this happens. So then is when you would try to understand. Now I do understand that as somebody who doesn't understand the concepts in science, it will be very difficult, which is why, within 2 to 3 weeks we have these options where we will tell you exactly what is right for your baby through the sleep trackers. All of that is done. You review it, get our help, and resolve your baby's sleep issues, right? Because currently, because you're not following your baby's sleep pillars, chances are your baby is waking up multiple times through the night. Your naps are unpredictable. You don't know. Someday 30 minutes, 40 minutes, someday doesn't sleep at all, someday 2 hours. You don't know. Of course, you're confused by too much advice because you're not sure what's exactly right for your baby. You're too dependent on rocking or feeding or, walking around to make your baby sleep at this point. And it's irritating to you to the point that, when bedtime approaches, you're probably feeling very anxious about, oh my God, it's nighttime, sleep again. And because there is no fixed routine, the entire day feels messy. You're not able to plan your workout. You're not able to plan date nights with your partner, or even having dinner. Forget about date nights, even having dinner together, or even talking to each other. Or, you can't plan your office meetings because you don't know how it's going to be. You don't know if you'll be able to get back to work after maternity leave, and then end up losing a significant portion of your salary because you've extended your maternity leave. You don't know, and you need to fix it. These are your pain points currently if you are not following the three pillars of baby sleep. So, if this is the case, here's what you have to do. To put it very, very simply, you need to tune into your baby's body clock. Like I said, note down, write a note of, okay, this happens, then this happens. Have an understanding of what your typical day look like, and then what your baby's day looks like, and then try a way to merge those two, while understanding what is your baby's circadian rhythm, what is the right sleep pressure that your baby works best with. So you know that when is the melatonin production up, so on and so forth. Once your baby is automatically falling, it's all the wires coming together, it is obviously going to be easy for your baby to fall asleep and remain asleep. Then once you've done that, you will automatically find the sweet spot for your baby, so that your baby is not overtired or undertired. Now look, if your baby keeps waking every 40-45 minutes, chances are the baby was undertired, meaning there was not enough sleep pressure. But if your baby is waking up in less than 30 minutes, then they are overtired during the naps. This is what I'm talking about. Naps, bedtime is a different ball game altogether, like nighttime. um and which is what you have to find out. Okay, this is the right spot. I remember we were working with very recently, we were working with an 8-month-old baby. Generally speaking, everybody says, right, 8-month old, between 2.5 3 hours wake window and everything. They came to us that baby, whatever we do, keeps waking every 30 minutes. The first thing we did was we reduced the wake window to less than 2 hours. And obviously it didn't work in one day. The parents were also, and it didn't help, they were pediatricians, so they knew a thing or two about baby and stuff. And it didn't have, and they were like, you know what, no, it's already too less and things like that. We worked over 7 days, and it was the first time in those 7 days that I think baby slept for 50 minutes one day, then slept for 1 hour 15 minutes, and then since then is having consistent 1 hour 15 minutes ka two naps. So each baby is different. You cannot, versus another one, they are a gynecologist, sorry, not a pediatrician, the second pair. For them, their baby 8.5-month old needs a longer wake window, right? So we just have to find that sweet spot which works for our little one. Then accordingly you have to set the right nap and bedtime timing, so that the body gets adjusted to it, the circadian rhythm gets attuned to, this is the right time, and this is the time when we sleep. The brain knows that this is the time for us to sleep, and the body starts responding to it as well. And you will have to balance your baby's active and calm times during the day, so it is easy for the brain also to calm down, right? Okay, this happens, then this happens, because look, there's so much of physical development happening for your child also, that you need to give them active times during the day to practice those physical development skills as well. Otherwise, your child is going to keep waking up to practicing those in the night. It's as simple as that. It's not just one of the things, but it is one of the many things that impacts your baby's sleep. When you are about to shift to a new house, or when you're about to travel, when you're about to maybe have a new car, right? Or when you've gotten a new car, you want to do more of this, right? You want to go for that drive. You want to maybe play that game if you're a PlayStation fanatic and you really like to do all of that, right? So it's a natural thing for the baby, because that is how any body is going to respond, right? So balance those active and calm times as well, so that baby is getting enough active time during the day, but during the evenings or during the sleep times, there is also a calm thing that takes over. And we will then form positive neural links to so your baby's brain connects. Remember, I talked to you about the comfort. So having a step by step plan of replacing feeding with directly putting your baby to sleep at say 7 7:30 p.m. Down on their bed, awake, not drowsy, and then they go to sleep. right? And then they wake up for one feed depending on their age, say 5 6 month old baby at 2:30 3 p.m. in the night. You give that feed, put the baby down again, and then they directly wake up at 7 7:30. Oh, because this is exactly what addressing your pillars of baby sleep is going to do. Imagine how different your life is going to be. Excited. Does it make sense? Say a yes. I know I've talked a lot about science, and but this was important for me to get in details, because otherwise it's not going to give you the benefit. It does. It does. Okay. Great. Great. So now, see, even when you understand all of this, and I have said it multiple times during the last 1 hour or so, that your baby is not a robot. Life will happen. They are not. So I think a few of you mentioned your baby 7 months, 3 months, 2 months. Your baby is going to continue to grow, right? And they are going to need a different plan at that age and that stage of their life. So how do you respond to that specific situation? Because if you do not, then anything you do to fix right now is going to go down the drain, right? Which is why all these weight loss and all of that, if you just intend to figure out your weight loss. Well, what is weight loss? It's just calorie deficit, if you ask me, right? If you just are like, okay, I'll stop eating this, I'll stop eating this, chances are you will maybe lose your weight in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But how long can you stop eating things, right? So you have to have a holistic plan, because once the weight does come back, then what? So till you are addressing to what your body actually needs, you're not going to ever have a holistic long term solution. And here we are talking about long term solution, so that you know exactly what happens when a regression hits, what happens when teething happens, what happens when suddenly baby starts waking up again. Now a 9 month old baby needs a different schedule, and a 13 month old baby needs a different schedule, even though both can be on two naps, right? So how do you address that? By having a personalized response. Okay, so currently you're not sure how to respond when your baby wakes up crying, because you don't know if it's a feeding or a general habit and things. Or if it is a feeding related, then how much, how many times you have to feed, what are you supposed to do after feeding, so on and so forth. You followed online tips, but they don't work for your baby. They just don't work for your baby, again, because they are not for your baby. They are not personalized. And because there's so much of work, there's housework, there's office work, you're exhausted because of lack of sleep, and constant feeding and constant rocking, you're unable to stay consistent. You need somebody who can hold you consistent, who can hold you hand and just tell you, do this, and then you can just do that, because you do not have the mental capacity at this point to function with anything and everything. Family advice is often conflicting with what feels right for you. Your maybe somebody has told you, let them just cry it out, they'll be okay. Just put some neem on your feeding points, and then the baby is going to wean off. Just wean off, then the baby. Why should you wean off? Actually, you should continue feeding if you want to, till the baby turns 2 years of age, because it builds their immunity and things like that. But again, each baby is different, each parent is different. These are not recommendations, these are just guidance. You may want to do it, you may not want to do it, because the formula available today, it exactly mimics mother's milk, and which is why it is fine. Really, it totally depends on what you want to do, because that is when you'll be able to do it for a longer period of time without being guilt tripped, without being wronged, without feeling guilty, and without making a baby feel guilty at some point, that because of you I left my job, because of you I did this, because of you my body is in this shape, because I couldn't work out, so on and so forth, right? You don't want all of that confusion. We want to have a happy, thriving parenting experience, not just now, but for life. And because of all this, maybe certain things worked. So a 4 month regression hit, 6 month regression hit, you tried working with somebody for a bit, but then the teething happened, regression hit, and you're not sure now what are you supposed to do. A 9 month old same child is not again following the same two nap schedule. So how do you adjust the nap transitions? How do you respond to regression related wakings? How do you respond to teething related? How do you respond to sickness? How do you respond when you're traveling? All of that answer, because you don't have right now. So the solution to this is having a clear response guidance on what to do. I think I've already, when baby wakes up, if it is a feed time, what are you supposed to do? If it's not a feed time, what are you supposed to do? After you get done with it, what are you supposed to do? And you have to have a tailored plan which is built for your baby's age and temperament, right? It is not a one size fits all checklist. It has to be practical, which you can implement, of course, right? Not with tiny daily habits that you can implement so that you can follow them even when you're busy and on busy days and so on and so forth. Gentle strategies, so you can speak with your family members around this also, and be firm on how you want to implement changes for your baby, but ensure that you also have your family support. That's very important for us in Indian setup. And then how do you make ongoing adjustments with as your baby continues to grow, right? Your baby's age changes. What are you supposed to do at that point in time? How do you respond to different ages and stages? So this is what a personalized response is going to get to. I see so many questions right now, and I would be answering them in just a bit. Please bear with me, but I just wanted to cover this, right? So, great. How many of you are like, yes, now I get it why all of this was going wrong and why I was not. So, you get it now. Say, get. Tell me if you get it now. Okay, great, great. You do get it. Okay, okay, perfect. So now that you get it, now what? The quintessential question, right? Because look, knowing is not equal to results of your baby sleeping through the night, because you've already tried hacks before, you've heard things before, you've tried it. However, no sleep and all of this trial and error has resulted in burnout. All of these people who have worked, they had the same issues before. Very supportive, made the process simple, explain things clearly. Baby has a proper sleep schedule with sleep crafters help. Because remember, system is always going to work better than hacks. Right, once you have a system in place, you would know exactly how to respond, and then it is going to give you a clear roadmap. It is going to give you hand holding and feedback, because there will be times when you don't know what needs to be done. So you need somebody to hold your hand, guide you, okay, exactly what needs to be done, and provide you with the safety and a structure of approaching this, and not be like, okay, if this happens, then I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because there was no structure to the entire process. Take it from Disha, whose baby was 5 months old when she joined us. Was extremely Guidance was extremely helpful in sleep training my daughter. We have a well rested baby and a much happier home. Highly recommend her to any parent. This She had, by the way, worked with a lot by herself. She's a teacher, so she researched by herself, did a lot of things right, but unfortunately did not have a structured plan that could respond to her baby's needs. Because you know what, the side, we always talk about how sleep is impacting your child's brain development, your physical development. I also covered a lot of this, but what about the other costs of sleepless nights, which says that sleep deprivation leads to severe fatigue and risk of postpartum depression. I can say that because I have been there myself. I went through severe postpartum depression and anxiety, which was driven by lack of sleeplessness for a good 18 months. And I'm not proud about it. Working mothers perform worse and face higher burnout risk. And this was I have never been so honest on any of these master classes before, but it's important for me to tell you the truth here, right? I remember I was working with Deloitte, and I have always been, like the rest of you, been the best performer, rewarded with the best of bonuses and so on and so forth. After I joined work, because there was so much sleeplessness, not only I was like taking a lot of leaves or saying requesting flexibility excessively, my work started getting impacted as well. And for the first time in my life, I got a feedback which did not reflect on how I am as a person. And that feedback was not wrong. It was driven by my performance. I was not able to perform to the best of my ability. And it was highly embarrassing to say the least. Right. And then somewhere I felt bad, and I also felt irritated uh, at my baby, because I was like, okay, if when this was not the case, I was the best performer, I was traveling the world, I was doing all of this. So working mothers do face all of that, and which is why I had to take matters in my hand and fix it. I have never been so transparent and open on any of these master classes, but I do feel like, since you've been so participative in things, you need to know that everything that you see on the other side um, is not like, they've not done anything about it. They have gone through that, and you don't have to go through it to see the results, because it does affect your mood and your bonding with the child as well. And not just the child and mother bonding, in fact, the parental bonding as well, right? With your spouse, how sorry, I just lost it a bit, because this is a very, very brutal truth about my life. With spouses as well, right? Your relationship probably is going to suffer that. You're not talking to each other, you're just irritated, you don't understand my point of view, you at least go out and work, I'm stuck at home with the baby. Or the spouse is like, you know what, I have to go out and work, you're at least home the entire day, what are you doing? And that hurts us more. And then this whole friction starts increasing, and it results in not a great parenting atmosphere at home. I see a lot of thank you for being honest, and thank you for being transparent. Thanks, guys. I mean, if we cannot be honest and transparent with each other, I think that is what the beauty of having a proper mom community is, right? Neha, strategy manager, she came to us when her baby was waking up 6 to 7 times at night for a feed. 21-month-old baby. Imagine what all she went through. She also was going through a form of postpartum anxiety. She came to us, we curated a sleep plan within 3 to 4 days, guys. And this is in her own words. Baby was sleeping through the night. This is on on Google reviews as well. You can go have a read over there. So these are real people who've done things about themselves and who have actually fixed their children's sleep. So, since we've done all of this, we know it impacts our baby, we know there is a method to do it and fix it. I want to ask you if you are ready to begin the chapter 2.0 of your motherhood journey, the one where you give your baby the gift of deep brain building sleep and give yourself the freedom to think, work, and rest without guilt. Because when sleep is rooted in science and not guesswork, your baby's brain develops faster and emotions stabilize, growth hormones are released exactly when they should be, instead of, in the middle of the night and now your baby wants to start walking. And you will be waking up refreshed, productive at work, present with your baby. We are always so tired because of sleep deprivation that we are not doing things which we are supposed to do for your baby, right? Which is to spend time with them, to play with them, to do activities with them, so on and so forth. Because I am not blaming you, you cannot do that. Your body needs help, your body needs rest as well, right? Because if you're serious about your baby's growth and well-being, you will need some help to get your baby to sleep through the night. And how do you know if you need help? Because you have to answer these questions, right? Can you set 8 right wake windows for your baby, decide exact bedtime? What are the true sleepy cues? How do you do the 20-minute calm down routine? Which night feed to keep versus which night feed to taper down? How do you know if it is hunger wake? How do you pick up? How do you transition from 3 naps to 2 naps to 2 naps to 1 nap? If it has been a bad nap day, what do you do? How do you change when, what are the things you have to change, so on and so forth. There are multiple small layers to fixing your baby's sleep. How many of these can you actually answer? I have been very honest and transparent with you, and I want you to be honest and transparent with me. Tell me, just give me a number in the chat box. If you don't know, 0 to 3, no judgment, no guess thing here. I just want to know where you stand, and you think that you need a system 8 to 12, 13 plus, you want coaching to go faster. Right. Come on, guys. Some more of you. Yes. 4 to 7, 4 to 7, 0 to 3. Okay. Okay. Need a system. Oh, wonderful. That's amazing. Okay. Nice. Nice. Go faster. Wonderful. 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 Thank you. Thank you, guys. So now that you know that you don't have these things, the answer is to work with somebody who does. So at this point, you have two main choices. First, keep doing what you're doing, or do it right the first time by being guided by someone that has already done it. Like, remember Neha, she tried doing it for 21 months by herself. Eventually, she had to come and get her baby's sleep resolved. You don't have to do it, because I want to present to you the baby sleep reset plan, which gives you a step by step sleep plan along with a personalized roadmap, and you get support and guidance in the form of daily hand holding calls. Right? The step by step sleep plan, it gives you as per age the exact lessons and the exact step. First thing you do this, second thing you do this, third thing you do this. You watch at your convenience. These are micro lessons, so that you don't have to spend more than 10 minutes on any of these lessons. Just implement the change. We also review your baby's personalized sleep situation through an intake form. We give you a personalized sleep plan for your child with a video review, so you know exactly what is needed to be changed for your child. And then every day for 2 weeks, you join us for calls and fix your baby's sleep through our hand holding and guidance. Makes sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. I still see responses coming in. I'll have a look at that later. So what you get is faster. Get to your point B to faster, because this is already a proven method. Faster, peaceful nights within 2 weeks, and you're done with it in easiest way possible. No time waste, no money waste, more certainty of success. And there's nothing to lose, obviously, because you're doing things right, right? Even when you don't lose 5 kgs of weight, you've at least started eating healthy. But here, within 2 weeks, you're looking at having your baby to sleep through the night if you follow every single thing that we ask you to do. Because I want to do a risk reversal for you. I don't want you to be ever feeling stuck. You want to get personalized support. You have to follow the plan, get your baby to sleep through the night within 14 to 21 days. If you ever feel stuck, that you know what, I'm trying to do this is not working. I remember somebody who joined us last week. They mentioned that, you know what, this whole feeding association, I'm not able to. We got on a call together and I told her exactly what needs to be done, and then she fixed it, and now the baby is sleeping through the night, right? And every mom will get extra access to extra support options if needed, so you're never alone. A lot of people want one-on-one program only. We'll guide you through that. A lot of people want additional, like each baby is different, beyond 2 to 3 weeks, what are you supposed to do? We'll walk you through those options. So there is really no risk of not doing it right the first time around as well. So now you must be wondering, okay, how much, what is the cost? I know that is the first thing that comes, because that is how I would respond to things as well. So something that can help your baby sleep through the night and support their brain development, which is for life, what should your investment be for that? What do you think? What is according to you? I want answers. Okay, okay, okay. I'm getting really broad answers. Somebody is saying, okay, 50,000 like your one-on-one. No, that's not true. 25,000, 10,000. Okay, okay,
Okay. So there are a lot of responses. But before we get to that, I also want to reveal to you certain exclusive bonuses that you get, not just otherwise, but this is a part of our only masterclass special. Remember, I promised that to you at the start. Everything you will get when you become a part today. So first is, of course, your complete step-by-step solution, which is on my website for 10,000 right now. But this is not what you're going to be paying. On your baby's circadian rhythm, daily schedule as per age, right sleep environment, how to break sleep associations like rocking, feeding in a step-by-step manner, how to put your baby to sleep with minimum assistance within 10 to 20 minutes, understanding feeding versus other night wakings, how to respond to night wakings, how to start your day right, and a complete daytime nap solution to get rid of your cat naps for your little one. You get that. In addition, you also get, generally our personalized review is for 10,000 rupees, where we give you a personalized sleep intake form. You fill it up. We prepare a personalized plan for you. We review it for you, give you video guidance, and also give you a personalized tracker, which can then be seen that, okay, you implemented this is the result of it, and then this is what happened. All of that tracker as well, 10,000 rupees. You get it as a value today as well. You get daily support calls, which are not available otherwise. Live support calls to review your tracker. So you're not just making a tracker. We will get on a call together on a daily basis, review your personalized tracker, give you guidance on what else you need to change. Specific guidance around schedule, environment, sleep method, hand holding to ensure that we get your baby to sleep through the night. In addition, this is not all. You also get daily support calls plus personalized one-on-one, not one but two of those calls, to actually, first get to one point, and then how do you maintain sleep going forward. That is something that you're going to get as well. You can utilize for more detailed analysis of sleep situation. Remember, I said each baby is different. Depending on what your baby's needs and requirement are, we are going to be working on that. Deeper guidance on exact steps and clarity on how to keep sleep on track. All of this is worth rupees 45,000, but you're not going to pay any of that, not even close to that. I know a lot of you said a figure close to that, because I want you to be in this point where you say that tonight was the third night my baby slept 12 hours without a feed, and ask if you should stop giving the feed as well. The exclusive bonus is a sleep regression guide. Babies go through certain sleep regression. It retails on my website for 5,000. You get it absolutely free if you join today. There was a sleep regression issue. Meenakshi, this baby was sleep trained. She was going through certain sleep regression. I re-guided them. It only happened since I started working with you. Otherwise, since past 7-8 days. So these are normal things which will happen, but can be corrected as well. You also get a nap transition guide. How do you move from 3 naps to 2 naps, or decrease the duration of 2 naps to remain on track, right? A 9-month and a 13-month-old baby will mostly need 2 naps, but of different duration. So you get it totally for free today. Thanks to your amazing hand, she woke up happy, also had formula for the first time today. You also get, a lot of you mentioned that my baby wakes up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. What am I supposed to do? You follow this early morning wake up guide, which you get absolutely free, otherwise costing 3,000 rupees. She used to wake up at 6:30. I would think she will not go to sleep, but today when she woke up at 6:30, I knew she will put herself back to sleep and wake up at 7:45. Real people with real life situations happening, and how it is responding. Travel, we all will travel for holidays, for meeting our parents, for going for a friend's wedding, whatever that is. You get it completely complimentary if you join today. Even though he's in a new place, there's not much of crying or resisting to sleep. So all of this complete sleep solution for you if you're ready to join our Super Mom Club. Send me a yes if you are. And if I see 10 yeses, a minimum of 10 yeses while I plug my laptop charger, I am going to reveal a super special offer for people who are only here. And if you're not, this is the right time for you to drop off the call, because this is not some tips. These are actual solution, a holistic solution that we are talking about. So send me a yes, 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 and I'll see you in 1 second while I join. Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I do see the chat box exploding. So without making you wait for longer, to help you have your baby sleeping through the night in 2 weeks, I want you to give some more exclusive bonuses. The reason why I asked certain people to drop off is this is not for everybody. This is for people who are genuinely interested in investing in their baby's health and overall development. You get access to a private social community wherein, you would be connecting with other like-minded moms, asking questions. Now I'm going through a regression, what I'm supposed to do, even though you have all of that help available, but you also get this additional the lifetime access of it is at 20,000, but you get it completely complimentary if you join today. I just wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude for your support. You have exceeded all my expectations, and I genuinely appreciate everything you do. I'm so glad that I could find you guys. Really made it better for me. This helps my postpartum way too much. Real people, again, real results, but it does not stop here, because you are going to get weekly live Q&A in addition with me also. All right, priceless for everybody. These sessions are at 50,000 for one-on-one sessions, but you get it completely complimentary. So all these masterclass bonuses which you get complimentary only if you join today. If I have to put a value to this, the cost would be upwards of 75,000, but that's not something that you're going to pay. The regular price on the website when we launch is going to be 24,999. A couple of weeks ago, when we did a soft launch with a smaller set of people, we sold it for 16,999. But that is not what you're going to be paying, because we are still running a special offer, and you can get it for 9999 even now at my website. However, for the 37 of you who are here right now, I want to make it even better, right? For the next 15 minutes, if you join, you're not going to be paying even 9999. What you are going to be paying is, for complete sleep solution, you are only going to pay 7,999. That's the amount that you have to pay for the next 15 minutes if you join our baby sleep reset program right now. Right, and it is valid only for the next 15 minutes. I am sharing the link here for people to actually just join if you're interested. Because look, my guarantee to you here is that you follow the plan for 7 days and you don't see any result of longer stretches of sleep and everything, I trust you. You just tell me, you get a no questions asked money back. You get your money back. So there is no risk for you over here. After that, if you ever feel stuck, I will personally review, like I mentioned, your tracker and guide you. And every mom gets access to extra support options if needed. Thank you. Once you have pay, okay, I get it. I have seen you a couple of okay, yes. We will be sending you the details in a bit, right? So don't worry about it. I will tell the people who have joined, so you don't feel like where is it and stuff. Like I mentioned, if we are not able to, if 7,999 feels a lot, just like me, if you miss a promotion or you get that review which you were not hoping for, feedback, annual review or quarterly review, it may cost you upwards of 5 to 10 lakhs a year, right? You will probably invest in therapy or something, easily about 1.5 lakhs a year if you put math to it. Lost productivity more than 60,000 a month because you've had to keep a separate person to take care of your child's sleep and all of that. Am I right? Right? So all of that today you will just be paying 7,999, but you must be wondering, why is it that I'm doing this? The reason, like I mentioned a few times, I'm doing this is I was exactly where you're at. Some of you saying that the link again. This is the link. Yes, this is the link where you can actually enroll your spot. It is valid for the next 15 minutes. So you can go ahead and enroll yourself if you've not been able to actually enroll right now. Yeah. Okay. I was once exactly where you're at. I also mentioned that. I was also terrified. I'm sure you are still having that question mark. What if it doesn't work? What if this failed too? But I took my chances, right? That, and it did not fail because I just did the logical reasoning, right? That this is based on sleep science. If nothing, it is actually going to improve the biology for my child. It is going to improve everything. And here you're getting a guarantee that it is going to work, because otherwise you get your money back in 7 days. And if not, I mean, if you're taking longer than that, then you have my consistent backing, consistent support to help you get to that point. But none of this is going to happen if you do not take a decision. You will have to take a decision, because I took a decision, right? You remember, I did not want my next 18 months to look like my last 18 months and feel so vulnerable and feel so not worth my baby's, being my baby's mother. I don't want all of that. And which is why what I did in 18 months, you can do within 2 weeks. These kind of reviews will be a testimony that you can also see same results, that, get real progress. If you're feeling like you cannot do it, trust the process and stay consistent, because it will happen. Now you must be wondering, okay, can I think about it, why now, and so on and so forth. The reason why I want you to do it right now is that bonuses are going to expire after this webinar. The reason for that is we cannot do so many personalized one-on-one calls, right? I already see many of you have enrolled and you've said that we are done, done, done. Thank you and welcome to the program, and be ready to get your baby to sleep through the night. We cannot do more than normal, more than, a certain number of personalized reviews and stuff, which is why I will have to take away those take away those bonuses. The price is going to go back to 16,999 at that point. Again, just to reflect what people paid during our launch offer. Every night you're waiting, you're losing out on 3 to 4 hours of sleep every single night. And it is having a daily impact on your baby's physical and brain development, right? So while a few of you are still making payments and mentioning that you're not able to go through, let me actually send the link again so that it's easier for you. This is the link. I think maybe there has been a bit of extra traffic on this website, which is why. So you can try again right now. I will just request the team to extend it a bit if it is possible. Right? I want you to go through these.
So, anyone who's looking for sleep training their child, this is your place. Sleep Crafters, it really changes your life. Like, I have sleep trained my daughter, and it's unbelievable. She now sleeps independently. She's weaned off the pacifier, rocking, feeding. She's even weaned off the night feed. It's really life changing, and you should all go for it. Highly recommend Meenakshi, because not only is she passionate, but she's also always available for you to help you through the entire process. It's been such a wonderful experience. Thank you, Sleep Crafters.
Wow, wonderful. Right. So these are like real people who have seen, who've made the decision and who have gone ahead and actually implemented. This is another one that I wanted to share with you. And she sleep trained not one, but two of her kids with us. And she is the head of marketing at Dyson. And here's what Prerna has to say.
I am Prerna and I have two kids. One is now almost 4 year old and the other one is about 10 months. I use Meenakshi's sleep training services when my firstborn was about close to about 10 months or 11 months. And that was the time I was facing sleep issues and early morning wakings. And today, and Meenakshi helped me tremendously. She almost held my hand and helped me with fixing his morning wakings and his schedule. And thanks to that, today my older one, who is now 4, sleeps independently without any sleep issues. And I'm not even worried about his sleep issues, even if I'm not at home and I'm traveling out, or if I'm out of town and we go on a holiday. She also helped sleep train my younger one when she was 6 months. And touch wood, it has been a fantastic experience with my younger one. She sleeps independently, is on 2 naps right now. Now she helps me every time there is a regression to fix it. She helps me with the scheduling, and she helps me with all the ups and downs. So happy kids and happy parents.
That's Prerna. Thanks for that, Prerna. It's like I can play multiple of these people who have seen the results when they took a decision. Right now, I'm going to just answer a few of Q&As. I see a lot of you asking if there is. Okay, so what we can do is, since you have one or two questions, can you drop your numbers here in case if you have any question, and I can get somebody from my team to give you a call. It's just going to be easier that way. Right. So if you do have a question, just drop your names here, and we can actually get a member of my team to give you a call. It is going to be easier that way, right? So if you have any questions, right. So welcome Priyanka. Let me just look at some of the people who have joined. Welcome Priyanka. Welcome Shivangi. Welcome Shivani. Okay. And I do see a few names that if I've not taken your name, so sorry about that, because I am looking also at answering some of those questions while I try to find a link for you to fill. And if you have any other questions, right, just give me 1 sec. Okay. Yeah, this is the link. If you have any question regarding baby sleep reset, what I would request you to do is send in your questions on this, and I would be happy to answer. Right, so that's that. Just give me 1 second again. Can you see my screen? Yes, you can, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, this is the form that you have to fill. If you have any questions, you can just drop your questions here. This is the link for making payment. So the Google form is for you to submit any questions for everybody who has additional questions and stuff. And this is the link yeah, for making your payment for the last few people who've not been able to get in yet, who said that UPI was not working or the page was failing and so on and so forth. This is the link that you can use, and you can get in the program today with all the bonuses, with all the additional things. Right, great. So let me now go back to question. Sorry. If I have actually missed out on your question, please resend it, because there have been many and I may have, it's probably gone up for me. Keeps waking up for feed at night. What am I supposed to do? Like I said, see, and I think Shivani, right? You've already are in, so we'll give you a step-by-step method over there as well. Now, if your baby keeps waking up for a feed every single night, then one of the things that you need to essentially do is first address the root cause, which is to first identify what is the right sleep schedule and everything. Once you've identified the right sleep schedule, build positive sleep associations and stuff, and then you go about fixing the other aspects of it. So slowly and gradually, we will first have to figure out if this feed was related to hunger, because we will figure it out as per age and stuff. You've not written your baby's age, so I don't know that yet. But if it is as for hunger, then how do you respond? If it was out of habit, then how do you respond? So this is the step-by-step method. And then from feeding, how do you move it to rocking and so on and so forth. We have a proprietary method called contact weaning, which essentially ensures that you stay close to your child and then you resolve it, right? So that is how it works. How many naps for a 9-month-old? Now, generally speaking, a 9-month-old does well with 2 naps. In extreme cases, like very, very rare cases, they have been on 1 nap as well. And certain people have also needed 3 naps. So, but like in 80 to 90% of the cases, those are the number of naps that we need, right? What happens when we join the program? Okay, so when you join the program, Priyanka, what essentially happens is we will be giving you access to a step-by-step course, right? You would have every answer over there, and you will also get a personalized sleep intake form, which you have to fill regarding your child, about their sleep schedule and everything, so that our team can prepare a personalized sleep plan for your baby. So you will take the knowledge from the video lessons and then uh, get specific guidance on your baby's sleep issues through the sleep plan, and then implement it. Once you start implementing it, you will be then daily joining us on calls, so that we can help you like iron out the small issues, right? Every day there will be support calls, and you have to come regardless at that time, and then just get your sleep tracker, which is where you have logged in all the sleep details, and then we will review it. See, as a doctor, as a sleep doctor, we would not expect you to I mean, we will never give you guidance which we cannot diagnose. So once we have the data, we have seen, okay, this is what works, this is what not works, and then we will give you specific changes accordingly, and then you can move forward in that direction, right? Okay, any other question? Okay, how what if my baby no, no, no. So this is not a cry it out method, but we need to understand there will be certain resistances from babies. They are a baby, you build habit for a certain period of time. So how do we gently address those resistance, which is going to ensure that your baby starts sleeping through the night, is what we are going to look at, right? So no, we are not going to be following sleep cry it out, if that is your concern. Okay. I have tried working on this, but it has not really. Okay, great. So since I don't know what plan did you follow, right? But I can give you a guarantee of um, the reason why it has not worked is either you've not implemented every single thing which results in proper sleep, in sleep through the night, or there was certain missing links and you didn't know how to respond to your baby's specific needs at that point in time, right? So these are the only two reasons which both get taken care of, right? So not only will you get a complete understanding of how to fix your baby's sleep, like every single thing, every single aspect, but also how to personalize it for your specific case. A 9-month-old needing 2 naps versus a nine of 1.5 hours each versus a 9-month-old needing shorter naps and so on and so forth. So how do we personalize it will also get taken care of from that point. And that is the reason probably why it has not worked, right? And you're with me, yeah. So see, we've done something, it hasn't worked, we've tried so many weight losses, it hasn't worked, because these are not sustainable long-term thing. But once you get to something which works as per your lifestyle, which works as per your body, and you start seeing result, that automatically gives you the confidence, right? No, Priyanka, it is working now. It is working right now. This is still working because I know a few of you mentioned. Oh, sorry. So the link has been taken down. Sorry about that. The link has been taken down. The team has just mentioned. Can we just increase it for the next 5 minutes or so? I want to let's just keep it on till I'm answering these questions so that everybody who's here gets the benefit of being available. Thank you. Thank you. So, okay, it is done, Priyanka. In case if you're, yeah, now you can try it and then you'll be able to get it. This is the link where you have to go and enroll yourself in the Baby Sleep Reset program. And for any of you who have any other questions, any additional questions and stuff, if you want to, then you can go on this link and ask your question on this link here. Yeah. Not just that, once you join with us, we will also be giving you access to our 15-day sleep challenge, which is every day you'll be given a task or a small thing that do this. And then every single day, it is our way of hand-holding you and getting your baby to sleep through the night within 15 days, right? So join with us every single day, and I would be personally guiding you on how to get your baby to sleep through the night as per age within 15 days, right? So it starts from tomorrow, 3rd November to 17th November. This is again exclusive to people who join now. It is not going to be available, this level of hand holding and everything, all at a price of 7,999, which if you do like a daily math and things, it comes down to less than 20 rupees a day, all for fixing your baby's sleep. Right. So you will get a personalized sleep schedule for baby in this 15 days sleep challenge. We'll tell you exact sleep environment setup for your child. We will teach you how to remove whatever sleep association that you have for your baby in a step-by-step manner. We will teach you how to handle the night wakings and then get your baby to sleep through the night, right? Within 15 days. This is what you are going to get. And of course, handling your nap issues. If your baby is going through a 30-minute nap, how do you fix that? If your baby is going through, some days there are naps, some days there are no naps, then how do you fix that? So having consistency in your entire day and fixing it all within 15 days is what the 15-day sleep challenge is about. And we would be personally handholding you on that. It starts tomorrow. So you can join in, and which means by 17th of November or even earlier, maybe by 10th of November, you'll have your baby sleeping through the night, right? Something that you've tried to Google so much on, but finally having the solution, having the exact step-by-step method to help your baby sleep through the night. I put her in the crib awake. These are the real results from so many people in the crib awake in a couple of minutes or so. In 2 minutes, barely 2 minutes, the baby slept, put herself to sleep independently, very, very little crying, right? One or two shout, and then she was asleep, right? No more rocking or massaging her in my lap for sleeping, which I'm glad about. Now, there are a few people who still have questions on, why this may be not the right thing for you. See, you can keep trying hacks and continue to stay exhausted. Like I said, if you don't do anything about it, you've tried doing things which were not meant to be done in the first place. Right. So now, if you do the right things instead of following random hacks, which are bound to fail, you will not stay exhausted. You will actually have result. If you join now, you will have your baby to sleep in 2 weeks or less, because motherhood, we know, is unconditional love, and you don't want your exhaustion to steal it from you, right? You don't want to be irritable with your child. You don't want to be not present and then repent it later, be in the guilt trip, be guilt tripping yourself, feel guilty about it, feel victimized about it, right? So your choice is pretty simple, that either you keep trying hacks and stay exhausted, or you join now and have your baby to sleep in 2 weeks, right? Just like Hema did. My baby used to sleep only by feeding or rocking, but it definitely helps for my baby's overall growth, and it has worked really well. Is amazing. Guidance was amazing. Or Disha Patel, again, she mentioned that feel that my baby's schedule has some changes required. Happy with this. Baby sleeps on perfect timing. Plus, I'm exclusive umper, so I'm able to handle alone. That is one of the biggest things. Like, you may be just taking care of your baby alone by yourself, or you may be going out and working. So how do you work at that point in time? I do see a few of you asking questions after having joined. Yes, we've received your payments, and you would be receiving the next step on how to join and everything, right? So don't worry about it. We will be giving you the exact step-by-step guidance on how do you join the sleep challenge, which starts tomorrow as well, plus the other guidance as well, right? So don't worry about that. Yogesh, a lot of fathers also who've seen their relationship with their wives improve as a result of having their baby sleep through the night. Support we received, time to understand our baby sleep challenges, and gave us a personalized plan. After just a few days, baby started sleeping for longer stretches, and we could finally rest too. 8-month-old used to need constant rocking to sleep, and it was exhausting. Meenakshi provided a calm, patient approach that worked wonders. Now our baby sleeps independently, and we all feel so much better. So many of people have seen results and have benefited and have contributed to their baby's overall slow growth and development. I'm so excited to welcome everybody who's joined right now. You are in for that too. I do see a few people still in here, and I just want to give you a chance one by one if you have any questions. Dr. Shrushti, are you available? Can you unmute yourself? I can't hear you. I think you're talking, but I can't hear you. I think your mic is not connected. So you will have to connect your mic again, and that is how you will be able to. So great. Thank you everybody again for joining. Thank you for investing in your baby's sleep finally. And I am so excited to welcome you all inside the program. Let's make sleep a reality back in your life. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you and take care. Bye.